right, we're good to go.
All righty.
Hey team, how we doing?
Hello, everybody.
What's up, Life Vantage? We are. Well, first, apologize. We missed last week's meeting because we have been traveling, as you guys probably all know. We had mentioned to you that we would be on the road, so we've been gone for a little over a week now, and we are still gone. We've been making a 2-week boat trip, believe it or not, all the way up from where we're at in Ohio. We're in the Marblehead area, as a lot of you guys know. We made it all the way up to what's called Mackinac Island, which is way in the upper portion of Michigan. We've been through Lake Erie, Lake Huron. Oh gosh,
Lake St. Clair,
Lake St.
the
Clair.
Detroit River, the St. Clair River.
Yeah. So this has been a little bit of a whirlwind adventure for us. So it's pretty exciting. You can kind of see in the background we're at a
there you
harbor
go.
right now. That's
We're in a
probably better.
harbor marina, and so we just have our little soccer mom chairs out here, and
Soccer mom chairs, soccer dad chairs. There's you can kind of see over there. That's our traveling companion, Mike. He's washing his boat, and ours is right next to his. So it's been kind of nice because Mike and Teresa are friends of ours. They've done this trek for about the last 10 years. So it's kind of nice because we can pretty much just follow them, and they know where they're going. So it was about a 16-hour boat ride up to Mackinac that we, of course, mapped out over a couple days. We didn't do it all at once. Probably the longest was maybe about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours. So that's what we've been doing. So that's why we were unable to do our call last week, and we sent out a notice to you guys that we were going to do a call tonight. But we're just with everything going on. We wanted to not feel rushed with you guys. I know a lot of times it's hard for you guys to get on the live calls, so we thought we would just go ahead and record this now, and we're going to send it out to you all. And so we're just going to touch on a couple things. First, I mentioned in the text last night about a little bit about some etiquette types. See if we can see a little bit of etiquette for three-way calls and opportunity meetings, and that's all that means. In essence, what we're saying is that make sure when you get somebody on a three-way call that you are as engaged in that three-way call, I guess, lack of a better way to put it, as much as that person is. So. Be intentional with listening, and again, you wouldn't want to chime in. You want your expert, if you like to call it that, who's doing the speaking, to do the talking. You wouldn't want to interrupt them. Certainly, what you do is your whole edification portion. You want to definitely edify that person that's doing the three-way call for you, and then just be quiet and make sure you find a quiet spot where there's not background noise of any kind, because you want to be professional. You want that person on the other end of that call to be the most important person in the world, because right now they truly are. They're your prospect, and they are possibly a future customer or business partner. So you want to be intentional with how you handle that call. Same goes for an opportunity meeting. When you're sitting there in an opportunity meeting and possibly somebody's doing it for you, same thing. You want to watch that ABC video, and I've always been really passionate about this, and actually, quite frankly, every time I see it, I seem to hear something new every time I listen to it or watch it. You want to sit and watch that as if it's the first time you're seeing it as well. So you want to be glued to that screen or to that phone or whatever.
Because if you're not glued to it, if you're not paying attention, your prospect is probably not going to be paying attention either. They're going to feel like it's okay for them to check their text messages if you're sitting there and checking your text messages.
Right.
Or if you're texting somebody during the middle of a presentation, they're just not going to, feel that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
And not hold it as
they won't feel as engaged and important, right?
As what it is. So if you're glued to it, you're not texting, you're not, getting up and wandering around and stretching and going and getting a snack or whatever, then they're not going to either. They're going to stay glued to it as well, hopefully.
Right. And always remember, guys, we duplicate good behavior and bad behaviors, and both are duplicatable. So you want to be engaged because you're gonna pass that along to your future prospect or customer. So these are just good tips to keep in mind, great things to practice with.
Try to stay as quiet as possible on a three-way call if you can. Like Steve said, if you're in a noisy area, if you're in a Starbucks and there's a lot of activity, a lot of action and stuff, maybe go outside or something. Just get somewhere else that might be a little bit more quieter.
Right.
If you're at home and you're around, noisy kids or whatever, I mean, it's not the kids' fault. You're at home and you got kids. So again, just step out if there's, screaming going on and
duct tape your kids' mouths. You can do that. That's allowed. Right.
No.
Anyways.
But just try to stay as quiet as possible so that your prospect can fully engage and not be distracted and be able to hear everything that's being presented.
Yeah, that's just good duplication. So that's a little bit about the three-way call. Anyway, I mentioned about rank advancing, guys, and I know that everybody wants to rank advance. We're right now just about in the middle of the month. There's still plenty of time to jump on board and rank advance, whether it's to Pro 1, Pro 2, Pro 3, Pro 5, whatever. We're here for you to help. I know that I'm sure your enroller is there to help. The key is, he or she that talks to the most people wins. That's the name of the game. That's where it all starts. So you have to be able to, open up your mouth and you have to share. And very simple, Ann we were talking just a few minutes ago about, simplicity of if you don't know what to do next, go ahead and you could
go back to the basics, make your list of the people that you actually want to be texting or calling, and just make it very, very simple. Reach out to the person and let them know why you thought of them. Hey, I've got to share something with you. I thought of you because of whatever the reason is. If it's product oriented or business oriented, or then you're going to be saying, because I know that you're really concerned with your health and you like to take good care of your body, and you watch what you eat and you're super health conscious, and I really think that there's something that I know about that you would be interested in. And then you're trying to set up an appointment to either talk with your enroller or or Steve and I, or whoever it is that can be the expert on the business and the product. Don't try to do it yourself yet if you're new, because you don't know everything about it, and your friends and family are probably not going to be as willing to listen to you because they know you.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing, but they've known that you've been whatever for the last 20 or 30 or 50 or 60 years. So
then you're just setting up an appointment. When can we talk so that you can hear about this?
Yeah.
Is tonight good? Is tomorrow good? Is tomorrow at 8:00 good? So you want to be setting an appointment as urgently as possible. And if they say, no, tonight's not good, tomorrow's not good, well, how about the next day or whatever? But your role is to let the person know that you've got something you're excited about, that you feel they would be interested in, and that you would like to be able to share this with them.
And again, the what is it is going to come up immediately. What is it? And you don't want to start going down that road because you're going to struggle. You're going to run down the rabbit hole, and you're going to start to talk about a product, a business. Well, it's called LifeVantage or Protandim or whatever it might be. Just say, listen, I want you to hear the same way I did. You could very simply say, when do you have 10 minutes to watch a quick video? And don't send them the video via text or email until they can watch it, because then you're going to be chasing after them, because people are busy. And there's nothing wrong with that. We understand people are busy, but you don't want to be a chaser. So just say, when you got, all right, if they say, just send it to me right now, say, nope, I tell you what, I'll call you back. And it's okay. It's okay to say, I'll call you back. I have to reach out to some other people. And I've said it countless times, people don't like to be left behind. They may interrupt you and say, okay, I can watch it right now, or they may call you back and say, okay, now wait a minute, what were you so excited about? And practice with this, guys. Remember,
practicing is very good. If you're role playing with somebody, or whatever. And it is okay if somebody's pressing you and they're like, well, what is it? Is it a pill? Is it a,
Right.
what is it? That's when you can go ahead and say, I've partnered with a publicly traded company that has a breakthrough.
Science breakthrough. Then stop it there, though. Don't go any further than that. Don't say the name of the company, because the first thing they're going to do is they're going to Google it, and they're going to figure out that it's it's LifeVantage, or they're going to assume that it's the old. Some people get turned off by network marketing because they don't understand it. Typically, that's just people that are naive, or people that heard about the industry 20 years ago and it's completely changed. So at the most, I would say what Ann just said, but I wouldn't take it any further than that, not mentioning the company.
I would say a breakthrough in medical technology.
That's it.
Is what we've always used. We've partnered with a publicly traded company that has a breakthrough in medical technology, and you need to hear about this.
Period. And if they start asking questions, say, I got a 10-minute video you've got to watch. Okay. But again, the key is you have to reach out to people, and making a list of 400 people, that's impossible. But if you're new, write down five, and let's get started. Let's, if you need to contact us and say, let's contact people together, or partner with somebody that the person maybe. Sorry guys, we got a loud motorcyclist going by. Unacceptable.
By the way, we're in Canada. Did we say that?
Yeah, we're in
Canada right now.
Sarnia,
Canada.
Interesting place. So yeah, again, partner with somebody that can help you and make calls together. If you're near somebody that did enroll you, then I highly recommend you just get together tomorrow morning or next week in an evening and sit down together and put the phone in the middle of the table and make calls together. If you're not near somebody, then reach out to us and we'll do it. For those of you that are remote, that are Kent, you're in Missouri, but let's connect here and let's see how many people you might get in the room.
Because we can still do these Zooms presentations with any of your prospects. So if you're in Florida, Kansas City, Chicago, wherever you are, we're still available through technology to be able to help you through this. Right. But you got to be reaching out to your people, pretty much, and letting them know that you want to set an appointment to let them know about this. Okay. And if you already have talked with somebody and you haven't been able to agree on a date, or you haven't been able to get the information in front of them, but they're like, yeah, I definitely want to hear about it or whatever, don't forget to follow up with them. Don't forget to say, hey, you know what, we haven't talked in a week. You had mentioned that you'd like to hear about what I've got my hands on, and let's set a date this week. You need to hear about this. Right. So follow up with the people, get your appointment set up.
And if you spoke with somebody and you felt you did go down that rabbit hole and said way too much and, just threw up on them, call them back. If it's been a couple of weeks, call them back and say, you know what, it's okay to apologize. Say, you know what, I called you up and I explained this all wrong. I didn't really understand it. I'm brand new and I was excited and I just started rattling stuff off and start over. Say I was, just got into this thing and it's okay. I mean, it's not a complicated business. It is a simple business, but you do have to treat it like a business and practice. Okay, so enough about that, right?
Yep.
So we'll end with talking about events. So this weekend is LifeVantage Academy, LVA. We do have one locally, of course, as everybody knows, in the Cleveland area. It's in Independence. We have two gals coming. I just texted out their bio, a mom and a daughter. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what state they're from, but at any rate, our son Mike just sent out a bio on them, so I went ahead and forwarded that on to all the local people anyways, that are in the Cleveland area. So I highly recommend getting there. You'll definitely want to go. We have not had the opportunity to have a lot of female presenters, so this is pretty exciting. Pre-registration for $25 ends Thursday night, so you got to pre-register before Thursday night.
LifeVantage, www.lifevantageacademy.com to pre-register online and pick your state, your location, your city, and you can register for your $25 online. There is like a $2 fee, but
something like that. Mm-hmm. And then we do know there is one in Missouri. There's for our Florida group, there's not one close to Fort Lauderdale or Miami, but you can do the same thing and get it online. You still have to pay for it. I know it sounds unfortunate, but it's the way it works, because when somebody pays for something, it's your business training, and that's important. To understand that you're being trained for 4 hours by professionals, and it's all part of the cost of doing business. Okay.
Yeah. So for those of you that do not have one close by, I would definitely recommend clicking again. Go to lifevantageacademy.com and click on the online training, pay for it, and then you can sit, in your home and be watching it from 9 to 1.
Yeah.
And and also have your note. If you're doing that, then have your notebook and pen ready so that you can
Absolutely.
be taking notes from the presenter.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is so that's this weekend. So I would recommend if you're within a few hours of Cleveland, 3, 4, 5 hours, I would drive in. You can come in the night before and stay right at the venue. It's very, very important. I mean, we've never missed one of these events. And then shifting gears over to our Elite Academy in Long Beach. I know we've talked about this before. You definitely want to register for that. The quicker you register, the better. You're locked in. Then you can start doing your research on your flights and hotels. If you're in the California area, which I know some of our team is, you're just going to be able to drive down there, which is pretty awesome. But you definitely want to do that. You can line up, team it up with somebody as far as hotel rooms goes. If you have enrolled with a gold or a platinum pack, of course you have a free ticket. You're going to want to go ahead and register. Even though you have that free ticket, you still have to register.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to do that right away, and then start researching your flights and hotels.
So again, to register, if you don't know how, we can certainly walk you through that, but you're just going into your back office and there's an event registration link. You just click on that and you follow through. And if you do have a free ticket, it'll just read $0 owed, but you still have to go through the registration process.
And again, we've said that countless times, these are absolutely incredible events. We love them. We're looking forward to it. I wish it was coming up quicker than it is. We spend a lot of time together, even outside the event. We'll get together for lunches and for dinners and as often as we can. So really, it's a really enjoyable time. And if you're traveling all the way out there, maybe take an extra day or two and enjoy the Long Beach area. It's a beautiful town. So again, guys, that's all we wanted to touch on today. Again, we apologize. We've been traveling so much we couldn't do the call last week, but we said, you know what? Let's not mess around and let's just go ahead and record this so we don't delay you guys any further. We're still available for three-way calls.
Always available for three-way calls or for presentations on Zoom. If anybody ever has somebody that you need us to be talking to, we have no problem stopping and helping you out. So
we could even do it from a shaky dock, which is what's going on right now. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, we appreciate everything that everybody does, and let's continue to build your businesses and help you build your businesses. Things are really rocking and rolling with LifeVantage. People are having a great time. I left out a little bit about social media. Don't forget about social media. There's some of you out there that are incredible social media people, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or what's the other one? Anyways, you guys know what the different venues are, but reach out to people through social media as well. Join groups and reach out to people in that fashion. So I didn't want to leave that out. So with that, we're going to go ahead and end. Can you see the end hand? Because I cannot even see it.
Yep, we're going to be stopping, but before we stop, let's say goodbye.
We'll say goodbye, and you guys take care.
All right.
We'll talk very soon. Again, we'll be available. Even though we're traveling, we're still available to you guys. So,
right there.
Okay.